Welcome to my channel. Listen to my stories every day. Comment, like and subscribe to my channel. Enjoy listening.
I jogged towards the hotel, the rhythmic thud of my sneakers against the pavement a soothing backdrop to my thoughts. The city is alive with the hum of activity, but I am lost in the euphoria of a good training session. My muscles ache pleasantly, a reminder of the hard work and dedication that has brought me to this point. My wife, Lisa, and I are both professional athletes, partners in both life and sport. We travel together, train together, and compete together. It's been our rhythm for years. Our latest competition has brought us to this city, and everything feels routine. Or so I think. We are put up in different rooms this time, which strikes me as odd but not worth dwelling on. Maybe they made a mistake with the application, Lisa had said with a shrug. Her nonchalance reassures me, and I push the thought to the back of my mind. We train in different gyms due to our specific regimens, but we make sure to spend our free time together, exploring the city and sharing meals. As I near the hotel, I spot Jenna, a fellow athlete and old friend. She's heading in the opposite direction, her face lighting up when she sees me. "Hey, Michael," she calls out, waving enthusiastically. "Hey, Jenna." I reply, slowing down to greet her. We exchange a quick hug, and I notice she's carrying a gym bag. "Just finished training?" I ask, gesturing to the bag. "Yeah, heading back now." "What about you?" "Same. Just wrapping up a session." I glance around, expecting to see Lisa nearby. "Have you seen Lisa? She should have been at the gym around the same time." Jenna's brow furrows slightly. "No, I haven't seen her at the gym at all today. I actually wondered why she wasn't there." A strange feeling twists in my gut. Oh, maybe she changed her schedule. "Thanks, Jenna." "No problem. See you later," she chirps, heading off down the street. I watch her go, a nagging doubt creeping into my mind. Lisa not showing up at the gym is unusual. She's as dedicated to her training as I am, if not more. I try to shake off the feeling, telling myself there's a perfectly reasonable explanation. Maybe she decided to take a rest day or had a meeting with her coach. But the doubt lingers. Back at the hotel, I shower and change quickly, eager to see Lisa and hear about her day. I knock on her door, waiting for the familiar sound of her voice. But there's no response. I knock again, louder this time. Still nothing. Concerned, I take out my phone and call her. It rings once, twice, 3 times, before going to voicemail. I leave a brief message, trying to keep the worry out of my voice. As I head to our usual dinner spot, I can't help but replay Jenna's words in my head. Why wasn't Lisa at the gym? I arrive at the restaurant and order a drink, my mind racing. I text Lisa again, asking if everything is alright. Minutes tick by with no response. When she finally walks in, her face is flushed, and she looks slightly disheveled. I stand to greet her, and she gives me a quick peck on the cheek before sitting down. "Hey, sorry I'm late. Got caught up with some things," she says, smiling brightly. "What things?" I ask, trying to keep my tone casual. "Just some stuff with my coach." "You know how it is," she replies, waving a hand dismissively. I nod, though unease coils tighter in my stomach. We make small talk through dinner, but I can't shake the feeling that something is off. Her answers are too quick, her smile too forced. Later that night, as we part ways to our separate rooms, I stand in the hallway for a moment, staring at her door. My instincts are screaming that something isn't right, but I push the thought away, trying to trust her. I head to my room and lie in bed, sleep eluding me as my mind churns with doubts and questions. The next day, I decide to drop by her room before my morning training session. I knock lightly, then a bit harder when there's no answer. After a few moments, the door swings open, and Lisa stands there, looking surprised. "Michael, what are you doing here?" she asks, a hint of annoyance in her voice. I just wanted to check on you. You didn't seem yourself last night, I say, studying her face. She sighs, rubbing her temples. I'm fine, really. Just tired and stressed. This competition is important to me. I nod slowly, not entirely convinced. All right. Just wanted to make sure. As I turn to leave, she catches my hand. I appreciate it, Michael. Really. I squeeze her hand lightly, then head to my training. But the seed of doubt has been planted, and it continues to grow. Over the next few days, I notice more inconsistencies in her behavior. She's distracted, often lost in thought, and her phone is always on silent, tucked away out of sight. One evening, as I'm walking back to the hotel after a particularly grueling session, I see Jenna again. She's chatting with a group of athletes, and she waves me over. Hey, Michael. Join us, she calls out. I smile and walk over, exchanging greetings with the others. As we chat, Jenna pulls me aside, her expression serious. Michael, I didn't want to say anything before, but I've noticed Lisa has been acting strange lately, she says in a low voice. My heart pounds in my chest. What do you mean? She's been spending a lot of time with her coach. More than usual. And they seem close. Jenna hesitates, then adds, too close. I swallow hard, the weight of her words settling heavily on my shoulders. Thanks, Jenna. I appreciate you telling me. As I head back to the hotel, my mind races. Could Lisa be cheating on me? The thought is like a knife to the heart, but the more I think about it, the more the pieces seem to fit. Her strange behavior, the missed gym sessions, the secretive phone calls. That night, I lie awake, staring at the ceiling, my mind a whirlwind of emotions. If she is cheating, what am I going to do? The betrayal cuts deep, but so does the uncertainty. I need to know the truth. In the morning, I make a decision. Instead of heading to my training, I will go to her room. I need to confront this head-on, to see for myself what's really going on. As I walk down the hall, my heart hammers in my chest. I reach her door and raise my hand to knock, but hesitate. Taking a deep breath, I knock firmly. No answer. I knock again, louder. Still nothing. Anxiety grips me as I try the handle. To my surprise, it's unlocked. I push the door open, my heart in my throat. What I see makes my blood run cold. Lisa is in the room, but she's not alone. Her coach is there, and it's clear from their intimate position that they're not just discussing training strategies. They freeze when they see me, guilt and shock written all over their faces. Lisa scrambles to cover herself, but the damage is done. The betrayal is stark and undeniable. I feel like the ground has been ripped out from under me. My mind races, 1,000 thoughts and emotions crashing over me. Anger, hurt, betrayal. But beneath it all, a cold, calculating part of my mind begins to form a plan. A plan for revenge. As I turn and walk out of the room, their frantic voices fading behind me, one thought echoes in my mind. This isn't over. Not by a long shot. The door slams behind me, the sound echoing down the empty hallway. My mind is a whirlpool of rage and betrayal, but I force myself to keep walking, every step heavy with the weight of what I just witnessed. I reach my room and shut the door, leaning against it as I try to steady my breathing. The image of Lisa with her coach sears my brain, refusing to fade. I grab my phone and dial my best friend, Jack. He picks up on the second ring. Michael, what's up, man? You sound off. Jack, I need to talk. It's about Lisa. Shit. What happened? I tell him everything, my words tumbling out in a rush. He listens quietly, occasionally interjecting with a curse or a question. By the time I finish, my hands are trembling. Damn, Michael. That's brutal. You need to confront her. I did. I mean, I saw them. But I need to figure out my next move. I can't just let this go. There's a pause on the line. Do you want me to come over? I can be there in an hour. Yes, please. I need someone to talk to. All right, hang tight. I'm on my way. An hour later, Jack knocks on my door. His presence is a comfort, a solid anchor in the storm of my emotions. We sit down, and I recount the events again, slower this time, allowing the reality to sink in. So, what's your plan? He asks, leaning back in his chair. I'm not sure yet. But I can't just let her get away with this. You need to be smart about this, Michael. You can't let your emotions drive your actions. You need a plan. I nod, knowing he's right. I need to find out more. I need proof, something undeniable. Then start with her coach. Find out what he's been up to, see if there's anything that can be used against him. Maybe there's more to this than just an affair. I agree, and we spend the next few hours brainstorming. By the time Jack leaves, I have a rough plan in place. I'm going to gather evidence, find out everything I can about her coach, and then confront Lisa with the truth. But first, I need to calm down and think clearly. The next morning, I head to the gym. I need to focus on my training, to channel my anger and frustration into something productive. As I work out, I keep an eye on Lisa's coach, watching his interactions with the other athletes. He's a smooth talker, always with a smile on his face. But there's something about him that sets my teeth on edge. During a break, I approach Jenna, who's working out nearby. Hey, Jenna. Can we talk? Sure, Michael. What's up? I glance around, making sure no one is listening. It's about Lisa's coach. Have you noticed anything strange about him? She hesitates, then nods. Yeah, I've heard rumors. Some of the other athletes have complained about him. They say he's too hands-on, if you know what I mean. Do you know anyone who's had issues with him? There's Sarah. She's been pretty vocal about it. You should talk to her. Thanks, Jenna. I appreciate it. I find Sarah in the locker room, packing up her gear. She's a talented runner, known for her fiery personality and no-nonsense attitude. Sarah, can I have a word? I ask. She looks up, eyes narrowing. What do you want, Michael? It's about Lisa's coach. I've heard you've had some problems with him. Her expression hardens. That creep? Yeah, he's a problem. He's always too close, too familiar. I've reported him, but nothing ever happens. Why do you ask? I explain my situation, and her face softens with understanding. I'm sorry, Michael. That's rough. But yeah, he's bad news. If you need help taking him down, I'm in. Thanks, Sarah. I could use all the help I can get. Over the next few days, Sarah and I gather evidence. We talk to other athletes, collect statements, and even manage to get some incriminating photos of him in compromising situations. The more we dig, the more we uncover a pattern of inappropriate behavior and abuse of power. One evening, after another long day of gathering evidence, I return to the hotel and find Jack waiting for me. Got something for you, he says, handing me a folder. I open it and find a series of emails between Lisa and her coach. They're explicit, leaving no doubt about the nature of their relationship. My stomach churns as I read them, the betrayal cutting deeper than I thought possible. This is it, I say, my voice hard. This is the proof I need. What's your next move? Jack asks. I'm going to confront Lisa. Tonight. Jack nods, his expression grim. Do you want me to come with you? No, I need to do this alone. But thank you for everything. He clasps my shoulder. Good luck, Michael. You know where to find me if you need anything. I wait until late that night, when I know Lisa will be in her room. My heart pounds as I walk down the hall, the folder of evidence tucked under my arm. I knock on her door, and after a moment, she opens it, looking surprised to see me. Michael? What are you doing here? We need to talk, I say, pushing past her into the room. What's going on? She asks, closing the door behind her. I turn to face her, my expression hard. I know about you and your coach, Lisa. I have proof. Her face pales, and she takes a step back. What are you talking about? I throw the folder on the bed, the emails spilling out. This. I know everything. She stares at the emails, her eyes wide with shock and fear. Michael, don't. Just don't. My voice cracks with anger and hurt. I trusted you, Lisa. We were supposed to be a team. I'm sorry, she whispers, tears streaming down her face. I never meant for this to happen. Save it, I snap. You made your choices. Now you have to live with them. I turn and walk out, her sobs echoing in the hallway behind me. My heart is shattered, but a cold determination fuels my steps. This is far from over. Lisa and her coach have destroyed my trust, but I'm going to destroy their careers. As I step out into the night, a plan begins to form in my mind. It's time to take the next step in my revenge. And I won't stop until they've paid for what they've done. The next morning, the weight of last night's confrontation still hangs heavy on my shoulders. I stare at my reflection in the bathroom mirror, feeling the sting of betrayal anew. My mind races with thoughts of revenge, each one more satisfying than the last. I know I have to be smart about this. Lisa and her coach have destroyed my trust, but I'll destroy their careers. I head to the hotel lobby where I see Jack and Sarah waiting for me. They've become my allies in this silent war, their support a much-needed balm for my wounded pride. Morning, Jack says, his tone careful. Morning, I reply, my voice rough with exhaustion. We need to move forward. We've got the evidence. Now, we need to make it public. Sarah nods, her eyes steely. Agreed. But we have to do it in a way that doesn't blow back on you. We need to be strategic. I appreciate her pragmatism. Right. I've been thinking about that. We need to leak the information anonymously. Jack raises an eyebrow. How? We use someone outside of our circle. Someone who can't be traced back to us. Sarah snaps her fingers. I know just the person. A journalist I used to train with, Tina. She's always looking for a good story, and she's trustworthy. I nod, feeling a surge of hope. Perfect. Can you get in touch with her? Already on it, Sarah says, pulling out her phone. We decide to meet Tina at a nearby cafe. She arrives within the hour, a petite woman with sharp eyes and an air of relentless curiosity. Sarah, long time no see, Tina says, hugging her. She turns to me and Jack. I hear you have a story for me. I nod. It's more than a story. It's a scandal. We have proof of an affair between my wife, Lisa, and her coach. And it's not just an affair. He's been abusing his position, manipulating athletes. Tina's eyes light up. That's serious. Do you have the evidence? I hand her the folder, watching as she flips through the emails and photos. Her expression shifts from curiosity to shock to determination. This is huge, she says, looking up at us. I'll need to verify some of this, but if it checks out, this will blow up. That's the idea, I say grimly. We want to take them down. Tina nods, her gaze piercing. I'll do some digging and get back to you. This could take a few days, but I'll move as fast as I can. Thank you, I say, meaning it. We appreciate it. As we leave the cafe, I feel a mix of anxiety and anticipation. We've set the wheels in motion, and there's no turning back now. It's only a matter of time before the truth comes out. Over the next few days, I throw myself into my training, using the physical exertion to drown out my emotions. I see Lisa and her coach at the gym, but we don't speak. The tension is palpable, a silent acknowledgement of the storm brewing beneath the surface. One afternoon, as I'm working on my drills, I notice Sarah and Jenna talking in hushed tones. They beckon me over, their faces serious. "What's going on?" I ask, wiping sweat from my brow. "Sarah just got a call from Tina," Jenna says. "She's ready to publish. She's verified everything and wants to meet tonight to go over the final details." My heart races. "Where?" "At her office. She says it's secure, and she wants to make sure we're all on the same page before she goes live." I nod, a sense of grim determination settling over me. "All right. Let's do this." That evening, we meet Tina at her office. The room is filled with the hum of computers and the soft murmur of journalists at work. Tina leads us to a conference room, closing the door behind us. "Okay," she begins, spreading the documents on the table. "I've verified the emails and spoken to a few of the athletes. This is solid. We're going to publish tomorrow morning. I've got a team working on the article now." I glance at Sarah and Jack, who both nod. "That's good. What's the plan for release?" "We're going to lead with the affair and the abuse of power. The emails are explicit enough to catch attention, and the testimonies from the athletes will back it up. Once it's out, there's no way the Athletic Association can ignore it." "Perfect," I say, feeling a surge of vindication. "Thank you, Tina. This means a lot." She smiles. "I'm just doing my job. This is a story that needs to be told." As we leave the office, I feel a strange mix of emotions. Part of me is satisfied, knowing that justice is about to be served. But another part of me feels the weight of what's to come. The fallout will be huge, and there's no way to predict how Lisa and her coach will react. The next morning, I wake up to a flurry of notifications on my phone. The article is live, and it's spreading like wildfire. Headlines scream the scandal, and social media is ablaze with reactions. My heart pounds as I scroll through the comments, a mix of anger, support, and shock. I head to the gym, knowing that today will be different. As I walk in, the atmosphere is electric, a buzz of whispers and stares. Lisa and her coach are nowhere to be seen. I catch sight of Jenna and Sarah, who give me reassuring nods. As I start my workout, I can't help but feel a sense of triumph. The truth is out, and there's no hiding from it. But as the day progresses, the reality of what I've done starts to sink in. I've not only exposed Lisa's betrayal, but I've also shattered her career. And her coach, he's finished. By the afternoon, the gym is in an uproar. Coaches and athletes are gathered in small groups, whispering and pointing. I see the head coach, Mark, storming towards me, his face red with anger. "Michael, my office." Now, he snaps. I follow him, my heart pounding. As we step into his office, he slams the door shut. "What the hell is going on?" he demands, throwing a printout of the article on his desk. "Did you know about this?" I meet his gaze, unflinching. "Yes. I'm the one who exposed it." Mark's eyes widen in shock. "Why?" "Because it was the right thing to do. Lisa and her coach were having an affair, and he's been abusing his power. It needed to stop." Mark rubs his temples, clearly struggling to process everything. "You realize this is going to cause a huge scandal, right? The association is going to investigate, and there will be consequences." "I know," I say, my voice steady. "But I stand by what I did." He sighs, sitting back in his chair. "All right. Just, stay out of trouble." Let the association handle this from here. I nod and leave his office, feeling a strange sense of relief. The truth is out, and now it's in the hands of the higher-ups. All I can do now is wait and see how it unfolds. As I walk back into the gym, I see Lisa standing near the entrance, her face pale and drawn. Our eyes meet, and for a moment, neither of us moves. Then, she turns and walks away, disappearing into the crowd. I watch her go, a heavy weight settling in my chest. The war is far from over, but the first battle has been won. And I'm ready for whatever comes next. The fallout from the article is swift and brutal. By the next morning, Lisa's coach is suspended pending a full investigation. The gym is a tense, charged environment as whispers and speculation run rampant. I try to focus on my training, but it's impossible to ignore the stares and murmurs. I'm doing bench presses when Jenna approaches, her face serious. "Michael, you need to see this." She hands me her phone, showing a live news broadcast. The anchor's voice is steady, but the news she delivers is anything but. In a shocking twist to the scandal involving professional athletes Lisa and her coach, it has been revealed that a large-scale doping operation is at the heart of the controversy. Sources indicate that the coach has been supplying performance-enhancing drugs to multiple athletes, including Lisa. Authorities are now investigating these new allegations. I sit up, my heart pounding. What the hell? Jenna looks grim. It's all over the news. Apparently, one of the athletes you spoke to spilled the beans to the reporters. This is way bigger than an affair. I feel a mix of emotions, shock, anger, and a strange sense of validation. The betrayal runs deeper than I thought, and now the consequences are even more severe. As I process this new information, my phone rings. It's Tina. "Michael, I need you to come to the station. Now." "Why? What's going on?" "There's been a development. Trust me, you'll want to be here for this." I grab my things and head out, my mind racing. When I arrive at the station, Tina meets me at the door, her expression urgent. She leads me to a conference room where a team of journalists is gathered around a screen. "Watch this," Tina says, hitting play on a video. The footage shows a hidden camera recording of Lisa and her coach in a dimly lit room. They're arguing, their voices low but intense. "We have to shut this down," Lisa hisses. "If Michael finds out about the drugs, we're done for." The coach's face is twisted in anger. "You think I don't know that? But if we stop now, the athletes will talk. We're in too deep." Lisa's face crumples with fear and desperation. "I never wanted this. I just wanted to win." The video ends, and the room is silent. Tina turns to me, her eyes filled with concern. "Michael, this changes everything. This isn't just about an affair. This is criminal." I feel like the ground has been pulled out from under me. The woman I thought I knew, the life I thought I had, it's all a lie. What happens now? I ask, my voice barely above a whisper. The authorities are involved. There will be arrests. Lisa and her coach are going to face serious charges. I nod, numb. I need to see her. Tina looks hesitant but nods. She's at the gym. But be careful, Michael. She's not the person you thought she was. I head back to the gym, my mind a storm of emotions. When I arrive, Lisa is in the locker room, packing her things. She looks up as I enter, her face a mask of fear and guilt. Michael, I can explain. Save it, I snap. I know everything. The affair, the drugs. You lied to me, Lisa. About everything. She bursts into tears, dropping to her knees. I'm so sorry. I didn't know what to do. I was scared. Scared? You were cheating, doping, and lying. You've ruined everything. She reaches for me, but I step back. Please, Michael. I didn't mean for it to get this far. I just wanted to be the best. Well, you've succeeded in being the worst, I say coldly. I trusted you, Lisa. We were supposed to be a team. She sobs uncontrollably, and for a moment, I feel a pang of pity. But then I remember the betrayal, the lies, and the hurt, and my resolve hardens. There's no coming back from this, I say, my voice like ice. You need to face the consequences. As I leave the locker room, I see police officers entering the building. They head straight for Lisa and her coach, who is also being apprehended. The gym falls silent as the reality of the situation sinks in. Outside, Jack and Sarah are waiting for me. You okay? Jack asks, his eyes full of concern. I will be, I reply, taking a deep breath. This isn't how I imagine things ending, but it's for the best. As we walk away, I feel a strange sense of closure. The truth is out, the guilty will be punished, and I can finally move forward. The future is uncertain, but for the first time in a long while, I feel a glimmer of hope. A few weeks later, I receive a letter from the Athletic Association. They've completed their investigation and cleared my name, acknowledging my role in exposing the scandal. It's a small victory, but it feels like a turning point. I decide to take a break from the competitive circuit, to heal and rediscover my passion for the sport. With Jack and Sarah's support, I start coaching young athletes, sharing my story as a cautionary tale and a source of inspiration. One day, as I'm leaving the gym, I see a group of young athletes gathered around a newspaper. They look up at me with wide eyes, and one of them, a girl named Emily, approaches. Coach Michael, is it true you exposed that big scandal? I nod, smiling. Yes, it's true. She beams. That's so cool. You're like a hero. I chuckle, ruffling her hair. Just doing the right thing, Emily. Remember, always play fair and stay true to yourself. As I walk away, I feel a sense of peace. The road has been long and painful, but I've come out the other side stronger. The past is behind me, and the future is a blank canvas, waiting for me to paint my new story. And as the sun sets on this chapter of my life, I know that whatever comes next, I'm ready to face it head on.